Hello there, this is Retro Spirits Garden, and this is Wildtrax, and this is on the Super Nintendo, or the Super FAMICOM. There's a honky nose noise there, like a clown's nose, aka Stunt Race FX. We've got cars here with eyeballs in their headlights, which is impossible according to Pixar. You can't do that, you have to put the eyes in the windshield. This is an arcade racing game where we select one of these monstrous looking vehicles, the stuff of nightmares, to race around tracks against other vehicle human hybrids for the privilege of winning the trophies. And I've called my car Pooh, which is very hilarious. Novice class. Structured a bit like Mario Kart, you have different classes. Here's some visuals. So this game uses the Super FX chip number 2, and as such has polygonal graphics and some textured polygonal graphics, or sort of zoomy sprites. We've got crazy banjo music. This is very much cartoon stylings. The frame rate, as you can see, is pretty low. We're using only half the screen here. We've got a status display taking up the other half of the screen, but we've got a small window in which the action takes place. And I would estimate the frame rate for this is in the tens of frames a second, say 12 to 15 frames per second, which is fairly jerky. The cars are quite difficult to steer. They feel very laggy. Well, this one in particular does. And I think that's partially because of the frame rate. But anyway, gameplay-wise, you have a boost button, which makes your car go faster, but you have to keep collecting the blue boost icons to recharge that bar. Your car, as it travels around the track, discombobulates and reassembles itself. If you hit a trackside obstacle or another car, your car flies apart in some crazy fashion. Got some pop in there on the old trees. That wasn't particularly good looking. Yeah, this was graphically anyway stretched too far for the old Snes by the looks of it. Yeah, it's a bit choppy, isn't it? I got a feeling the Virtua Racing game on the Mega Drive is slightly smoother than this, although not as colourful. It runs in a similar size window. Ooh, got gold in 3D. This game can be purchased for about 13 quid on import, and I did that as I was slightly curious about it. But this is also out on the Snes Mini. You can get this on the Snes Mini console, and it plays actually very, very similar to real hardware. So, what do I feel about this game? Well, I feel this game is not really worth your time, and it's just very slow and a bit jerky. You've got different game modes, like there's a stunt mode, speed mode. I think there might even be a multiplayer version of this, although I've never played it. But it's just so damn slow and ugly that it's not much fun. It doesn't have that kind of slickness you would associate with Nintendo games, 60 frames a second kind of Nintendo games. They were pushing the technology too hard, basically. There's a PlayStation game called Moto Toon GP, which had very similar kind of stretchy, squashy cars with eyeballs in them, and had a better frame rate. Don't know what that was like. Very similar, but on the SNES, yeah, they were pushing it a bit too hard here, which makes the game not so fun. Imagine back in the day, if you were playing this in 1994, this may have blown your mind slightly, but in the harsh light of the space year 2021, although it does have some playability. It's fairly unpleasant, like the frame rate there just dropped, and it's gone very staccato. It's become uncontrollable, so it's not much fun. Your car can get damaged and blow up if you crash too much, and you'll be doing a lot of that because the frame rate's so jerky. It's difficult to react in time. There's some like echoey sound effects here though, like tunnel style sound effects. Using the colour palette of Snes there to full effect, making the screen go all blue. That's quite nice. I don't mind that. Some dolphins, I presume they're dolphins, jumping over the course there, and a seagull, which didn't have a very seagull sound effect associated with it. The only saving grace of this is that on import it is very cheap. The PAL version, I imagine, is more expensive than 13 quid. I keep going past a blue thing there. I've got no idea what that is. Is it a narwhal? Is it a sunken ship? Is it just a random collection of geometry that someone forgot and sank to the bottom of the sea? Who can say? But 13 quid is not a huge amount of money. But even so, I would say probably don't bother with it. Yes, it was a bit, I don't know, it's just a bit too jerky to be any fun. And although Star Fox is jerky in 3D, I can still get a little bit of fun out of that because it's not so reliant on frame rate. Your vehicle turning isn't locked, like the cornering in this is locked to the frame rate, so you have to react to the frame rate in a much more immediate way than Star Fox. It kind of gets away with it because you've got the barrel roll thing and you can kind of deflect enemy lasers. This, being a racing game, is just a lot more reliant on a smooth frame rate. This is why racing games at 60 frames a second always work very nicely, where shoot-em-ups at lower frame rates aren't so tetchy because you don't have to react in the same way in those games. This track is fairly annoying, I will say that. Whoever designed this track is a bit of a numpty. There's lots of things with rocks that just kind of kill you at a very low frame rate, so it's difficult to know what's going on. This soundtrack reminds me a bit of a Star Fox tune. Interesting. So would I recommend this for 13 quid? No, I recommend you play it on the Snes Mini for 20 minutes, but I think after that you'll be feeling sick and tired of this game with its crazy ass devil worshipping cars. They're possessed by demons, these cars. They've got eyeballs in them. They're like that movie where the car kills people. Not Herbie, because he loves people. The other one, the one with the evil car that kills people. Might be Herbie. It's not Herbie. Herbie's a love bug. He loves people. Anyway, I'm rambling now, so it's time to end the video. Not worth the money. Jerky, annoying, shoddy looking, has gameplay variants, but they're all slow and slightly unplayable. So this was okay back in the day. These days though, was that a horse that just went through the frame there at one, like a single frame of a horse there? Did you see that? That's what I'm talking about. It's just too jerky. Back in the day, acceptable. 2021, it's filth, absolute filth. It's not absolute filth, but it's just not worth your time. There's many, many other games that you should play before you play this one, including Mario Kart and the SNES. So there we go. Alright then, ta-ra!